is Friday again, and time for another horrific video. I have a card for you today that I hope you like. So let's turn the camera down and get going. Okay, I think we've got it all set up now. It looks square. Looks square. We're all set up. Perfect. Okay, what I'm using today for today's card, actually show you what today's card is. We are making a wreath card. It says a Merry Christmas. You can see here, and it's a round circular card. I hope you can see the little shiny bits. Probably not, but they look really good. Anyway, we're going to make one out of green today. The interior is Brightest Glow. I've used the Piece of the Season, Light Your World, and then I've used the Merry Christmas greeting from the outside. The elements that I'm using is this one here from the Joy of Noel stamp set. And I have used the, all over the place, the Joy of Noel dies. This is the die that actually cuts that out. So I've used that. And then to cut out the card, to make the circular part of the wreath, we have here the Decal Circle dies. And this is the 4th circle from the outside going in, and then this is number 5 going in. I used number 5 to cut a liner for the card. I mean, you know how to cut circles, so basically it's just like this. You know, I'll get these out of the way now. So what I have started with is the half a sheet, which is 21 inches this, or 21 inches, listen to me, 21 centimeters this direction, and 14.85 in this direction. And then I have scored it in the middle, which would be at 10.5, and I'm going to fold it. Now this is, you know, we're starting out with your regular standard card base. I wanted to try and make the circle as big as I could. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, not sounding good. Now what we do is we take our, what I'm referring to as the number 5 ring. Make sure we're face down, and I have put this so I can make the most out of my piece of paper here. Kind of centered it up, and now I have pre-cut some little bits of, actually when I say I pre-cut, I use these things over and over and over again, and this is what's called a post-it note tape. Now this is readily available that I can see. I had to get this off of Amazon here in the UK, but I highly, highly, highly recommend it. All right, now we're going to take our cut and emboss. Now I do have to use the big one for this. So we've got big mammy jammy up here, and it's easy enough. We're just going to put the pieces on the inside. Put our cutting plate down. As you can see, it's well and truly loved. Pop this in here like this. Actually, we should do it this way. Now, this is a brand new die, so I'm not too worried about it cutting through 2 layers of cardstock. It should be just fine. We'll just give it a double check before I take my sandwich apart. But yes, cut through no problem. If you feel like you might have a problem, just run it through again. Heaven knows it's easy enough to do. All right, I'll set these aside for some other later use. Pull our tapes over here to the side, stick them down on my little plasticky desk, and we're going to use this again. Put this away, get out of the way. All right, now that we've got our circle cut, the next thing we're going to do is stamp our images. Now I did this ahead of time. I stamped 5 of these images. You have to cut them out one at a time. So rather than have me sit here and run this through the machine over and over and over again, I thought, well, I'll just do this. We can get on with it. I've also stamped Merry Christmas. Now, since we're going to get the stamp pad out because we're in the process of stamping. I stamp everything all at one time. So let's just stamp our centerpiece. Good. I love this shaded spruce. I'm a big green fan anyway, but this sort of bluey green just kind of does nice things for my heart, if you know what I mean. And a lovely thing about stamping on a circle is it doesn't really matter. So you just stamp it and then you can straighten it up as you need. All right, there we go. Perfect little stamp. Now practice what I preach, cleaning up my stamp before I put everything away. Okay, perfect. And now you can pretend I've just gone ching, 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 stamped all of these out. Got Big Bertha up here again and cut them all out. Piece, piece, piece. Now, there is not, for this particular thing, there is not a die to cut it out. So we're going to have to fussy cut it. And I've actually had people ask me, what is fussy cutting? And it just means cutting things out without just cutting around them. So here we go. You didn't think I was really going to cut that in front of you, did you? I'm the worst fussy cutter in the world. Anyway, here's one I did earlier. Okay, this is actually the third one I did earlier. So, like I said, I'm not the best fussy cutter. I see it, you probably don't. So keep that in mind when you're doing your own fussy cutting. To put our liner inside our card, we're going to have to trim it. Now, I have made the decision. I made this card with the top up here, or the fold up the top. I'm going to try this one on the side. What I didn't like about the card is I just wanted it rounder. But I'm going to tell you right now, I did make one that was rounder. I made one that was a perfect circle. It had, you know, the bits here sticking out on the side, and it was absolutely gorgeous. But I got all done. I pulled out the handy dandy envelope, and guess what? It didn't fit. So that's why our circle is not completely round. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line this up to where I want it. And see, I don't have a whole lot sticking out over here, but I do need to trim some of it off. And, you know, it's such a tiny amount. You can get as precious with this as you want. I think it's just as easy to grab a ruler, particularly if you've got one that's covered in glue like mine. Everything I own is covered in glue. And I'm just going to take a pencil, and I've set the ruler up. I bumped it with my belly first. There we go. So I've got about half an inch. I've got about 5 centimeters, roughly a quarter of an inch. So I'm just going to roll that along here. You know, and this is why I do things on camera, because these are mistakes you're likely to make as well. So there we go. Easy enough. Just going to take a pair of scissors, whack it off. It's like I said, honestly, you don't have to get too precious about it. It's not something that somebody's going to come behind you and actually measure off, which is, you know, if they do, well, I probably wouldn't give that person handmade cards anymore. Let's take my eraser, get rid of the bit here. Easy enough. All done. Let me put this over here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this to the inside. And as I have said before, you guys know I'm a big glue user. I love my glue. But this, because it's white and we're going on to a really dark color, it can sometimes show through. And, you know, the glue will sort of make a little bubble, or you get slightly more in one place than another. So just rather than not have to deal with the, you know, whatever you call that, the fallout, I just put little bits on my, little bits of tape on the back. Little double-sided tape. And by the way, folks, this stuff is, oh, goody hickey. This Stampin' Seal is absolutely brilliant. Makes your life so much easier. All right, there we go. That's our inside. Now let's do our outside. This is really easy, but it's really not easy. Now I'm going to explain. what I did was I lined this up. I highly recommend lining this up first. Do this, take the time to do this. You will thank yourself for doing this. Now I'm going to use this, I'm going to start here. We're going to overlap them going around. Now as I said, we can do some overlap here, but I can't go too crazy. So put that one, see this is overlapped, so let's get another little piece of tape here. Let's put this one over here, we're going to tuck it under the edge. Do a bit of overlap here. See, no matter how much I try to get that, it just does not want to be round. Just does not want. Let's get another little piece of our tape. Another one of these. Like I said, tuck it under the edge. And this is important because I'll show you why in just a minute. All right. Let's get another little piece of tape here. And then this one. Now remember, tuck it under, and then we're going to lay it over the top like this. Okay, ooh, that looks pretty good. I got that right the first time. Oh man, you give yourself a chance to play with this, because if you get it in there too wonky, you'll wish you hadn't have, and then it'll already be glued down, and then, well, I don't want you to be unhappy with yourself. So, I want this out just a little bit more. Okay. Still a little wonk-sided, but not too bad. I think instead of, like I did the other one, I'm actually going to use this shape this way and kind of make it a little bit oblong more, so it's not quite as, I don't know, this is almost a heart shape. My husband said there's a heart shape wreath. Anyway, now, reason for doing this, what I did, you pick this up, you get out your envelope, and you make darn sure this will fit. Because this said a moment ago, you do it and it doesn't fit, and you'll be so unhappy with yourself. All right, see, this is a teeny bit wonky. Can I get that? No, see how that's sticking out right there? And that will bend and it will look terrible. So let's move it down so it's not sticking out quite as much. Let's try that. Okay, pop this in here. Yep, that will close. This is what you want to have. Like I said, it's important, because if you have this great card and you can't get it in the envelope, then what, right? Okay, now the interesting thing that I did that I think made it look nice and gave it some dimension, because everybody needs a bit of dimension, is I actually stuck this down using dimensionals. Now, I didn't use them on both ends. I just used these little mini guys. And what I did was I moved them out one at a time. So let's move this guy out first. Okay, and then we're going to stick him down. I know I want the back side of this to be down flat. So I pick up the edge, pop some of my tape down. I don't know what that is. Something stuck to my tape. All right, that's the back edge. That's stuck down. Now we're going to put this back in place. And we're going to start around this way. I'm going to move my tape off so I know which one I'm actually working on. And if you have another way to do this, good heavens, please do. Now this is going to be popped up. So in order to pop this up, I have to glue, let's see if I can get it, make sure I'm in the camera. I have to glue this under piece down first. What in the hell? Oh, something stuck to me. Okay, whatever. Now I'm going to hold that up. I'm going to hold this piece up. Going to pop some glue down under here, because like I said, we want the back side glued down. We don't want the top side glued down. And remember, try to get it back as close as you were. get out our dimensional, my little bitty guy here, and set that down right there. Pop the lid off and then leave it up. Now we've already done the back side of this piece. So now we're going to take that off. I'm going to do the back side here. And I did get that slid over just a little bit, so kind of compensate a little when I pop it over here like that. Okay. Now this needs to be popped up. So these that we're doing, we're going around in our circle, one down, the back side down, the front side up. Or I should say the narrow side up. Pop that down. I know this is very difficult to see in the camera. Take that off. All right, next piece, rolling around. Move this. We need this backside piece here glued down, remember? So raise it up, put your tape down. Hopefully your tape will be a little better than mine. Okay. Glue down. Let's get a little glue dot here. Glue dot. Dimensionals. These are dimensionals, all right? Okay. Pop that up. There we go. Next one. Let's get rid of our tape. Now remember, I just glued the bottom down, so now I need to pull this one up and glue the bottom down on this side. There we go. That's the bottom of the, or I don't know, the bottom, the fat side. I'm really not sure what to call it here, so I'm struggling a little. And now we put the dimensional down, pull the hat off. Okay, and that's popped up. And this will be the last one. Now we should have glued this one down from the beginning. Yes, so all we're doing is popping this one piece up. And that's the last one. There we go. So that's, I want that out a little more. If you need to ever unstick a dimensional, twist it, and that'll help it come out a little better. There we go. Pop that out toward the edge. So, like I said, the circle's not, it's not perfect. I guess move this one in a little more. Remember what I told you, twist the dimensional, hold it from the back, and twist it if you can get your hands on it. And that'll come up. And then I'm going to move that in just a little more and then pop it back down. So we still got kind of, it's more of an oval than a circle. All right, now we're going to make a bow. I am the world's worst bow maker. Absolutely horrible. I cannot even tell you how terrible I am at making bows. I actually have, okay, well, actually need to find my ribbon, what I've done with, there we are. This is the Real Red ribbon. It comes in a duo with the green. So we've got Real Red and green at 3/8 of an inch. Now this bow, I wanted something nice and full. Yeah, so I cheated. I want to show you how I did it. So we're going to try 3 bows as close to being alike as you can. And we don't need a lot of tail on the first 2. All right. Pull this under here like this. See, I told you I'm the world's worst bow attire. Come on. Same. Yeah, it's about the same. Let's pull this one in. Gonna try to get that to set down for us. Oh yeah, why did I agree to do this on camera? Okay, there is bow number 1. Tail is relatively short. Now we need to do this 2 more times. So, here we go. Let's go with bow number 2. Right, now you want these to be as close to the same size as possible. So let's shrink that down. Oh dear, this one's really, really rubbish. That's okay. I've always wanted to be one of those people that were perfect bow tiers. My team leader, Liz Yule, ties the prettiest bows. All right, so let's get the important thing out here, size. All right, what do you think, gang? Does that look like they're about the same size? Yep, I think so. I think we could pull that in just a tiny bit. And give that a tug. Now this one, I did make nice long tails on. I think I may leave the long tails on this one. So we'll do the one. So we need 3. 2 with long tails, 1 with a long tail, and 2 with short tails. And we're gonna do it again. You guys out there, like, are your fingers itching to jump in here and help me do this? I keep thinking, oh, if you just do this or just do that. Oh, you didn't get it quite. Yeah, I hear you. I actually use a thing called a Bow Easy. I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. I bought this at a craft show 100 years ago. But you didn't know they had craft shows 100 years ago. But they did. Okay, that was a little better. Do need to make it a bit smaller though. A little smaller here, a little smaller here. All right, these guys all look pretty good. Yes, that'll do. Okay, I'm going to tighten this up. Now, if you can get the top 2 as flat as possible. By flat, I mean not curved loopies. Curved loopies. Sounds like a disease, doesn't it? All right, we're going to cut this off fairly short here. We're going to cut this one off fairly short here. Like that. Now, I'm going to make sure our card is right side up. Yes, it is. Now, I'm actually going to stick this bow down. Yeah, that looks about right. Just double check. Oh, where's my Merry Christmas? Oh no, I've lost Christmas. No. There she is. Okay, just double check and make sure you have bow sticking out each end. All right, we are going to stick our first bow down. We are going to use glue dots. Another thing that I struggle with greatly. All right, I need my take-a-pick tool, and I just scrape them off, pop them on the back here. because we don't really want the tails to stick out too much on the top two pieces. We just want loops. That looks about right. Now that is nice and stuck down. Now number 2 bow. Let's see, I don't know how I do this. Sometimes I get the tails at the top, sometimes I get them on the inside, which is why I always use the bow thing. All right, I'm going to cut these tails a little bit closer. Don't really want them showing. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for number 2 bow. Now, there are a lot of things online that show you how to make multi-looped bows. But the main problem that I had with them is they wouldn't lay flat enough to get a greeting. They all had humpy bits in the middle. Pretty sure humpy bit is a technical term. All right, now, can you see the fancy thing I've done here? Look how this is standing up. So we're going to call this the official cheater's bow. And last but not least, see, this one I got all twisted. Does anybody else have that problem with tying bows? You wind up with a twisty bit of mess. Actually, I may have to just redo that one. That one's so twisted. Okay. Do them all the same. And that goes underneath like that. So both sides should be on the back. See how I've done that? Because you want both ends of the tail coming out of the back. Okay, pull that in, pull this in. Make sure our bow is the same. No, you're too short on this side. There we go. All right, fantastic. One more time. Get our glue dot down. Oh, get our glue. All right, come on, glue dot. Perfect. Generally glue my fingers to myself. Okay, make sure my ribbon tails are hanging down in an artfully attractive manner. Now, if you want, you can take your glue dots and sort of arrange your ribbons so they stay out a little bit more. I did a little bit of that on the other one. There's actually a glue dot stuck under here. So then we take our Merry Christmas. You will need a dimensional because you have to have something that's sort of popping up. So I used one of the larger dimensionals, not the minis. As you can see, that's it. I am almost out. I am desperately waiting for my order. It should be here tomorrow. I can't make cards without dimensionals. So there's our dimensional. Here is our Merry Christmas. Now see, when you get this popped on, it doesn't look like a hot mess anymore. It looks like you did all of this on purpose. Right, so what do you guys think about that, yeah? Let's cut our tails in an artful manner. There we go. And here is our wreathy Christmas card. Now, what I did on the other one, I don't know if it's crazy or what, but I absolutely adore Wink of Stella. I think this stuff is awesome. Use it all the time. It's very subtle and it gives you just a little bit of sparkle. Now, I used it. I just went around and popped in all of the berries. And because this is a little bit wet, as you can see, it's sort of drawing some of the green ink into the center so the berries look a bit more, well, not exactly filled in, but it spreads the green around a bit. Now you can do this, you can go around with, oh, what is it? I've got some silver, but I don't have any gold. But you can make, if you're feeling really crazy, you can go in and put some more bling in here. Some little tiny rhinestones maybe. Because here's, the rhinestones do come in the little teeny size. So that might be fun. But I just think this is sort of a nice touch that just gives it a little bit of something else. We're going, you know, low color palette here. We're not going crazy, just a bit of green and white for Christmas. But I think it looks nice. So I'll just finish this up really quick and see how the wink of Stella sort of grabs the color and kind of pulls it into the center a little bit. So yeah, and you could probably, I mean, if you want to get crazy, you could do them all. Color in all the leaves. I'm crazy. I don't think I'm quite that crazy. But I don't know. It depends. I do love to color now. I have to say that. I'm one of those people that has adult color books. So I'm thinking this spring I need to show you guys some fun color tips using color pencils. Okay, oh, I missed one here. So anyway, I could do this the rest of the day. And hopefully you can see the shine. I'll kind of turn it a little bit and see if that helps. I mean, I can see it in the light, but I don't know that you can or not. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. But this product, A Wink of Stella, is probably one of my very favorites. It's not very expensive. And if you just want to add a little bit of bling or a little bit of sparkle, it will absolutely do it for you. But anyway, this isn't an advertisement, but I just do like that product. So here's our card. I hope you like it. It's a little bit different. It's shaped different. It's fun to have something that's not, you know, not out of the box. And this was not something, my husband actually talked me into doing this video. This did not turn out like I wanted it to turn out. If you go completely round with these and sort of make it filled in, and I made a beautiful one, but the problem was it was this big. So it was really pretty for a card front, but not a card in itself, and I really wanted to make a round card. I mean, I realized I wound up with an oval, but that's okay. So tell me in the comments which one you liked better. Do you like the one that the fold is this way, or do you prefer the top fold one? I'll put it here like this, which does this way. And, oh, see, look, this one I didn't get as good. That's why I glued the things down. This bow, I tried making the triple loops like Google said to do. Nah, do it this way. So much easier. And as you see, it's not a hot mess once you get the label on, or label greeting on. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, hit the like button and subscribe. Apologies, I'm coming down with a cold, so I think you've heard some coughing and trying to be discreet in the background. Nevertheless, please like, please subscribe, please have a lovely day.